first episode of Niu Chats with Jess
and Zila. This episode is basically a get to know us, get to know Niu Chats, what Niu Chats will be all about, what we're all about, and what we're going to talk about in the upcoming episodes.
So the name Niu Chats, it originated from the Fijian word Niu, which basically means coconut. We initially thought of the name Coconut Chats with Jess and Zila.
I asked ChatGPT which would be the best name for our podcast, and it suggested Coconut Chats with Jess and Zila. And then she decided to add a little bit of Itoke twist there, and she translated coconut to Niu. And Niu also is...
Oh, well, phonetically it sounds like New, N-E-W. Because we're gonna bring in new chats, new
every
ideas,
new episode.
New things to rant about, basically. That's why I thought new. Why not new? Because everything we're gonna do is gonna be new, fresh from the coconut trees. Fresh from the coconut tree.
And also we wanted to, like, the reason why we even went with coconut in the first place is because Fiji is very well known for the coconut trees, the palm trees out here, and we were like, we want to have like that Fijian, the Itoke culture touch there.
Yeah.
So that's how Niu Chats with Jess and Zila was born.
Right. The coconut is very important.
I love the little coconut man.
Not just in Fiji, but in the Pacific Islands. It's a very important fruit. Basically, the best thing nature's ever given us. And yeah, we thought of Niu because even the Fijian rugby team, they have a little coconut tree.
Yeah.
So yeah, Niu is very important to us.
So we're trying to keep it running in this.
Running. It's not just us about being Gen Z and forgetting. We will need to. It's important. We keep the culture. We keep our roots. Always follow them. It's good to represent.
Right. Okay. Before we tell you about us, about the hosts, we'll tell you why we decided to have Niu Chats with Jess and Zila. So basically, we rant to each other a lot. I've known her for less than a year. We've known each other for less than a year, but we rant to each other a lot about basically everything. Relationship-wise, which in my case is non-existent. Family-wise, friendship-wise, like everything we rant to each other. And every time she says something that is really unhinged, I think we should have this in the podcast. And then firstly it was a running joke, like we would keep on saying, oh, we should make a podcast because we have like the most ridiculous things to say. But then after a while, as I kept on saying it, we were like, why not make the podcast? So after how many months of planning?
Well, we've been discussing this from last year, actually.
We've been discussing from last year, but then we put it into action in the
a few months ago.
Yeah. we did all the preparation in less than 3 months.
Yeah.
So, because first of all, we need resources. We need the camera, we need the mic, we need the ring light, we need all those little things that makes a podcast. And then after the resources were done, we needed a brand. And thanks to Jess and her amazing skill and talent in digital art, she made our logo, the little coconut man there. And then she incorporated our favorite colors in there. Her favorite color is green and mine is yellow. And that's how our brand was born.
And another thing, special thanks to Dipti and my desk for giving us the space. Otherwise, we would have done it from where we don't know.
That's another thing. We didn't know where we would film. Mm-hmm. Like what we don't, because we can't do it at our homes. I have a little nephew who is yelling 24/7, and she has family.
I live in a loud environment, so it would have been impossible just to
film at home,
especially to rant about them.
Yes. Whoops. So we can't rant about them with them in the building. And then I asked Dipti, thank you very much, Dipti. I asked Dipti if we could just like film in a little corner of my desk, and she said yes. So shout out to Dipti. We love you very much. Thank you.
Dipti. First of all, we took it as a joke. We didn't know what to do. We didn't know where to start because both of us, we're introverts. We don't know. We don't know how to talk. For me personally, I'm a writer, so talking is like me stepping out of my comfort zone. It's a big milestone for me. challenging myself every day. Thanks to Fazila, she's been inspiring me to make TikToks and stuff.
Inspiring and forcing her to post on TikTok.
Yeah, I've been influenced, and yeah, so stepping out of my comfort zone, I'm turning into an omnivore. Is that that's what we say?
I thought of omnivore.
I'm that too, but
Yeah, omnivore or ambivert?
whatever is in between of introvert and extrovert, that's what I am now.
I think-
Thanks to Fazila.
I think we're both ambivert, whatever that word is. I think we're both that now. Thanks to each other.
Yeah, I mean she's already famous on TikTok. Follow Zila,
No, don't.
Fazila Ali on TikTok. Make sure you follow.
And what's yours? Jess Berries. It's with a little blueberry.
I love blueberries. I think they're the best things. I don't like strawberries.
I've never had blueberries. I love strawberries. See, this is why we also click. We like opposite things.
What was your first impression of me when you first saw me walking into my desk?
I think every girl's first impression that she was a biatch. I mean, I just saw her at first glance, and then she walked in with her straight hair and her something else. I don't remember what you were doing, but she walked. First of all, I thought she was younger than me. I thought she would be at least 18. She's a year older than me.
Thanks, Mom.
She's 17 months older than me. And I don't want to thank my dad for this. No, but thank you. I got a very pretty face. So, she's 17 months older than me. First off, I thought she was bitchy. She didn't say or do anything, it's just, I thought.
It's the bitchesting face.
And then secondly, I thought she was like that hi-fi kind of person. I don't know why I thought that.
Far from that, actually.
She's very, like, once you get to know her, she's very far from that. She's just like the next person you would meet. I mean, once you get her talking, then.
Yeah, I'm a very shy person when I meet new people, but my first impression of her, I thought she was a bubbly person because I've seen her on TikTok before I even stepped into this space.
I got a fan.
Yeah, so I basically saw her on TikTok. I thought she was a chatty person, thought she was outgoing and stuff, but when I came in, all she said was hi, and she went back with what she was doing.
I was working. I was doing work.
And I was like, oh, okay.
I mean, at least I said hi.
I thought I'm gonna get a grand welcome.
Red carpet and everything. No, but that's how I am. I will be polite, but unless like you approach me or like we have something mutual liking, I will not talk to you.
Yeah. Until later that day, there was a topic that few of our co-workers were speaking about, and then the topic of K-pop came up, and
I almost got whiplash at how fast my head just like spun around to look at it. I was like, K-pop? You like K-pop? Do you like K-drama? And she was like, yes. And I was like, girl,
I found my people. And I was like, wow, that was a switch up, because this is not the same person I saw in the morning. She just like flipped
the
suddenly
switch.
she was so happy, like she was like, you like K-pop? And I'm like, yeah. She goes, oh, I found my people.
I don't find a lot of people with my like who have like K-pop and K-drama interests, and I was like, girl.
I mean,
and a plus point is that she's pretty. I don't know why, but like to me that was like a plus point. I was like, oh, I have a pretty friend.
You're pretty too.
Stop. Okay.
When your mouth's shut.
I remember thinking, I'm about to beat this bitch up.
I could say the same thing about you.
All jokes. Anyway, yeah, I met her less than a year ago, and I have never clicked with anyone so fast in my life.
Same. And I hope we keep clicking.
I mean, even though she's a pain in the ass sometimes, but at the end of the day, she's my best bud. She's my dongsing. And yeah, I wouldn't have done this podcast with anyone if I didn't trust them enough. And I'm glad you're here.
I also thought the same thing. Like, I wouldn't be able to do a podcast, even like if I'm friends with you. I have to be comfortable enough to like spill my guts to you, and I spilled my guts to her in less than a year. She knows everything, so that like counts for why Niu Chats is here.
For the podcast, I had this idea like since last year. Not just when I met Zila. I actually thought about it for a long time ago. Between me, my sister, and a few friends of ours, but we never really got the time, or nobody really stepped up to bring a podcast to life. And so when I met Zila and we started ranting to each other about certain stuff, and she was like, we should make a podcast. And at first I thought it was a joke. I took it as a joke, and I was like, haha, yeah,
I also said it as a joke, but then
as we kept talking about certain stuff, and we kept saying that, oh, we should do a podcast, and I was like, girl, if you're really keen to do it, I'm up for it, because I've been thinking it for a while now. And she was like, yeah, I'm serious, I'm damn serious. And I'm like, okay,
let's do it.
Let's get to it.
And then we started planning on the resources that we need, like the accessories. I messaged my dad the next week asking him for the price of like these dual mics.
Yeah.
And bless his heart, he didn't give me the price, he bought it for us.
Thank you, uncle. And we slowly got to buy other resources, like I already had a camera.
She has everything. I saw her walk in today with like the tripod for like the camera. I only knew about the tripod for the phone, but then she came in with all these resources. Like, damn girl, you have everything.
Yeah, thanks to my dad.
And her impulsive buying.
And my impulsive buying when I was in high school. These are all equipments. But anyways, it works for us. It works. So Zila, are you excited?
I'm excited.
We're finally bringing this to life.
I'm excited for what we're gonna talk about, because Niu Chats is not only for like we said, we're gonna rant. Yes, we're gonna rant. We're gonna talk about nonsense things. We're gonna talk about just basically everything that we rant to each other about in the first place. But then we want to also like bring up important topics, because first thing, we're young women. Second thing, we're young women who live in Fiji. So we want to like bring out topics that applies to us as Gen Zs in Fiji. So we'll try to have a balance of fun, but also like facts. Fun and serious. We'll balance those two.
We'll talk about serious topics, but with our own twist.
It'll be mostly us ranting about those topics.
Yeah, but it's not just about ranting, it's about our own experiences that we're pretty sure that other young girls, they also go through. And this is something that we want for them to
listen to, and like maybe they could relate to it. Yeah, just like to know that there's someone like them, because
that's very important. Because when I look at podcasts and when I hear stories
that
of girls going through certain stuff that I can relate, I don't feel alone. So that's what we want to do. And hopefully,
because when like we're ranting to each other and then I hear her describe or like talk about something that I went through, I'm like, oh, I'm not alone. Like, yeah, I'm not the only one. So I was like,
not an original experience.
She says that a lot whenever I tell her about something that I used to do. She'll be like, oh my gosh, not an original experience.
We want this podcast to be relatable for everyone, not just young girls, because everybody is important, everybody's unique in their own way. And yeah, but for now, Jess Zila, guys.
Niu Chats with Jess Zila. Now, moving on to getting to know the hosts. We posted a Meet the Hosts post. We were talking about what our age is. I don't remember what it was in the post.
Very brief.
It's very brief. Our MBTI, our zodiac sign, and then what we like and dislike. Now we'll get to like in depth of who we really are. So should we start with the oldest?
You make me sound so old. Right. My name is my government name is Priyanka. The reason why I use Jessica a lot is because it's easy. Everybody calls me Jessica. My nickname is actually Jessica. Everybody at home calls me Jesu. There's a lot.
I call her Jesu.
My primary school friend calls me Jay, which I really love. Yeah, so I think at the end of the day, I like to say I have a split personality. One is Jessica.
She does. Prerna is like...
Prerna is very shy. She's like... She's very professional.
Yeah, Prerna is...
demure.
Prerna is like the journalist side of her. And then Jess is her alter ego.
Jess is my alter ego. She's wild. She's carefree. She doesn't...
She's unhinged.
She's unhinged. She's very blunt. She speaks her mind a lot. And then Prerna is just there. It's just there.
But Prerna is a very beautiful name. But I like calling her Jess.
Whatever suits best. Prerna or Jess. I don't mind. I'm 23 years old. I was born in Nandi. And I was raised in Singatoka my whole life. So I really see myself as an Andranga girl. I lived by a village for 20 years. I've been... It was a multicultural village, so everybody and everyone knew me by my name, not just my dad's name, not like, oh, she's this person's daughter. They knew me by name, which I take pride of, actually. And yeah, I went to a Christian school. I am Christian too, but I'm not very religious. Oops. You didn't hear that from me. Who said that? Who said that?
I love that trend.
Yeah. So I have my own beliefs. Anyway, I had a good childhood, I guess. I don't remember much from my childhood, but I would say it was decent. Had ups and downs. Who doesn't? There was a rocky road. What else? I am in my MBTI is in INFJ.
You asking me?
I am an INFJ. Well, actually, I'm not sure because there's a few. I took that test like 3 times.
I think we need to take that test again because I took my test like a year ago.
I INFJ first, then I got INFPT or PI. I'm not sure, and then I got INFJ again. So I thought majority vote counts, so INFJ. I mean, I guess it makes sense considering I do.
Considering she's an introvert.
I have INFJ core.
You'll get to know more about us as we go along. Yeah?
Yeah, I went to USB for 3 years. I studied journalism and literature and language. A lot of stuff, I know. Yeah, graduated last year and now I have a good job. Anyways. Fazila, what about
my
you?
turn? Okay, so my full name is Fazila Maria Ali. And we just shortened my name, the Zilla Pod, and put it in the podcast because Jess Zila sounded much better. I'm 21. I'm turning 22 in 2 months. And my MBTI is INFP. I think that's true to me. I've taken the test multiple times and I've always been INFP. I'm a Leo. You are?
I'm a Pisces. I'm a March Pisces, to be specific.
I'm an August Leo, and she always says that August Leos are red flags.
You are a red flag.
I'm not. Okay. And I'm half Indian, I'm half Muslim, half Itoke. My mom's Itoke, my dad's Muslim, so I live with my mom's family, so I'm very fluent in Itoke. Don't ask me to say anything because I will not be able to say anything off the top of my head. And my Hindi is very broken. I was born in Lautoka, raised in Nandi like more than half of my life. What else did you say? I went to FNU for 3 years and I also graduated last year. And what else? I think that's all.
What did you study? What did you study?
I did my studies in information technology, and my job basically covers what I've learned. So yeah.
Apart from all of that, we're both artists.
She's a digital artist, and I'm a traditional artist. I like to sketch on paper, but she's also good on paper. She's great on paper.
I used to do traditional art until I got my iPad, and
then she's
traditional art is just
rotting in the corner somewhere.
It's rusty.
No, but she's still good in it.
What do you look forward from our podcast in the future?
I look forward for strangers listening to us rant, listening to our thoughts that we should probably keep to ourselves. She should keep her thoughts to herself. She's scary. Her thoughts are scary.
Not scary. She said that on her TikTok.
Because Jess's thoughts are very scary. She scares me a lot.
But I'm scary.
I did. But it's true. She is scary.
I swear I am such a sweetheart.
To strangers. To people that she knows. I bet a lot of people who know her will back me up on saying that she is scary. Her thoughts are very, very scary.
I watch a lot of true crime documentaries. Oh, we didn't speak about what we like. I like F1 a lot. I like K-pop.
I like a lot of things. I have to make an entire list. That's why the list was very brief. I couldn't think off the top of my head of what I really liked. So I like K-pop, K-drama. I love BTS. I mean, it's part of K-pop, but BTS alone I love. And then I love Barbie cartoons, the old Barbie cartoons. I love Harry Potter. I'm a Potterhead. I love reading books. Now I can't think anymore. I am now a fan of K-pop Demon Hunters.
We love K-pop. We've been obsessing over K-pop Demon Hunters. Since we both watched it.
I need those songs. I need the song Golden to be injected into my blood.
I need Free to be engraved in my brain. If I'm being honest. Spoiler alert.
Gino.
Whoever decided to Gino off,
I hope your pillow is hot on both sides.
count your days.
But hopefully there's a second. Hopefully there's a sequel.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm thinking they took 9 years to film the first movie. Maybe in those 9 years they also did the second movie, and hopefully they'll release it soon. I don't know. I'm hoping a lot of things for this.
I just think we were robbed.
We were really. We need to. First thing, we need Juno back alive. Second thing, we need to know who Rumi's dad is. Third, we need to know the backstory of how Rumi's dad and mom, produced. Not produced. I think we know the story of how that happens. But how they fell in love, because a hunter and a demon. Enemies to lovers. It's basically a Wattpad story alive.
Yeah. Rumi's dad. I think it's Guima.
I also think it's Green. I think we need to have an entire episode on us just talking about theories of K-pop Demon Hunters.
Maybe we'll have that.
I think, I think so. So yeah, we hope you liked this first episode of getting to know us and getting to know all about Niu Chats, and we hope you stay tuned for upcoming episodes where we'll be talking more about basically everything.
And this is our first episode, so please do not judge us if we
Be kind.
hesitated or fumbled anywhere. This is just two introverts speaking. Let us know if you want us to talk about any certain topics. Our comment section and our DMs are always open. And if you have any anonymous stories or anything that you would like to share, you can always hit us up at niuchats@gmail.com. The link is on our bio, so please hit us up, follow us, and subscribe to our YouTube channels.
Yes.
Thank you for having us. Bye.